Even when there's no one.
It's 10 o'clock. Hey, it's Sunday night, and it's Tom Antion live. Hey, everybody. That's not me singing. That's Anton Stevens. Oh, I love him. Okay, take it easy, Anton. We'll come back to you after this is over. So let me fire this baby up here and see what's going on. Hey, it's Sunday night, and it was only 90 degrees here, 100 yesterday in lovely Virginia Beach. And so glad you all could make it. Let's see who's checking in here. Don't forget to put some comments in there and share this if you would not mind. Let's see here. There we go. People are filing in to the auditorium, to the virtual auditorium. You know I love dogs, right? I'm leafing through my pictures, and I've got 3 little babies that meant so much to me. They're in doggy heaven now. This was Maggie and Baby. Both are in doggy heaven right now. And little Maggie was her first Bichon. And then little Baby was the one on, as you look at this on the right, was totally hairless with hundreds and hundreds of bites all over. And the dumbasses at the place had a sign on her cage that said skin disease. So, oh, what idiots. If we hadn't shown up, there's no way she'd have got adopted. She'd have been euthanized. And she was just the most loving, fun, full of life dog. When we got her tail, Bichon's tails are wrapped up. Let me get back here to me. Bichon's tails come up around like this. Hers was wrapped all the way under, like she was totally shell-shocked. And over the course of a year, with love and attention, she got this beautiful white coat, and her teeth were beautiful, and her tail started coming up. We thought it was broken, and it started coming up over the course of a year, and just an amazing little girl. And she loved to open packages. So if Amazon would deliver something, she would bite it and tear it apart until she got it open. Oh, what a little sweetheart she was. And then little Pixie was the blind incontinent, and she was a poodle. You know, I have this website, I Am Not a Poodle. Well, she was a poodle, but she was halfway white, so they thought, oh, I'll call Tom and he'll take her. She's like 13 years old, blind, incontinent, had been kicked, broken chest plate, grew back together on its own. Head was all cockeyed from being abused. But, and she's got a little diaper on there now. We made her a little diaper because she was incontinent. Because I'm down there, and the guy's saying, oh, she's incontinent, put her to sleep. And I'm thinking, I'll put you to sleep, you asshole. This dog is nothing wrong with her just because she's blind and incontinent. She's a bundle of joy. So I started studying on how to take care of blind dogs. And one of the things, if Mary Lee's on here tonight, I don't know if she's on tonight, but is to put essential oils, different ones, on the baseboards in different rooms, because their sense of smell is spectacular. And so she would know where she was by the different oils. So anyway, that was little Pixie and Maggie and Baby, and they're in doggy heaven now. Hey, Roberto, how you doing, man? Alan, what's going on? Yeah, Mary Lee, she's there. She is. John, hey, John, secrets. Let's see, real estate. Oh, secrets of real estate millionaires. You can buy real estate with no money down. You know, John, I actually did that long before Robert Allen came along. If you hear pounding, that's Rubik's is scratching in his crate. There was a book by William Nickerson, I think it was called How to Buy, I don't know, $100,000 in real estate, or $1 million in real estate for $1,000, something like that. I forget. And that was my first book that got me started in real estate way back. So let's see. Yeah, Mary Lee, fabulous idea. Walt says hello. Hey, Walt, how you doing, buddy? Let's see. Our fake sponsor tonight is Mainstays Company, who makes these double-walled, insulated, BPA-free tumblers, and they are not sponsoring us tonight. Unfortunately, I cracked this one, but I've got a couple more of them in there, so this is what I'm having my iced coffee in. So Mainstays is the... now, Mainstays, it kind of reminds me of Stay Free mini pads, all right? Now, why do I think about that? Because I was going through my pictures, and I was reminded of this horrendous situation I was in, buying tampons and pads and stuff at Sam's Club. After Corinne left, who did the shopping all the time, I started doing the shopping. I like going to Sam's Club, and every retreat, so I go do the shopping. and they came to me and said, "Well, Tom, we don't have any backup tampons and pads and stuff for the ladies, And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me! I have to go buy these. And so I think, okay, all right, I'll run in there, I'll grab some and be out, go do the rest of the shopping. I'll bury it under, hamburger and strawberries and stuff. And so I get to Sam's Club, and there is an aisle 100 yards long with every kind of thing. There's large, small, extra large, sliding applicator. I mean, everything. I'm like, I'm standing there looking like I just, I don't know, got stabbed with a heroin thing, and I'm like, and I'm in a trance. And people were coming down the aisle looking at me like I'm some kind of pervert or something. So I finally got so desperate. I'm trying to call Jennifer. I'm trying to call Lakia. Like, what do I do? I don't know what to buy here. And other customers are going by like, hey, what is this pervert doing in the tampon aisle? And I got so desperate, I stopped a lady and I said, "Look, ma'am, I'm not trying to be weird here, but I'm stuck. I got a bed and breakfast." I just said bed and breakfast, so I didn't have to explain anything. Bed and breakfast, and I'm, the regular girl's out, and I'm supposed to buy supplies, and I don't know what to do. She was very helpful and knowledgeable too. She was able to give me more information than I needed to know. All right, so anyway, that reminded me of that. And then the other picture I got, I really play with them down at the Great Clips where I go. When I've been going there, I don't know how many years, and they all know me, and they try to beat me to say "Welcome to Great Clips," because as soon as I walk in the door, I yell "Welcome to Great Clips" to everybody in the place, and so. The one girl said, "Let me try some stuff on your hair." Oh, yeah. She says, let me spike it up in the middle. And I said, no, I don't think that's quite my image. I don't know. What do you think? You think I should go to that do? I don't know. I couldn't, I'd laugh going down the street. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Maine is checking in. Yeah, so everybody that's on, do me a favor, click your, say hello, say where you are. We'll give you a shout out for your website, and there's a little delay. So, and if I miss you, now here's the thing, folks. If you happen to be watching on one of my other channels, I won't see the comments. So you might want to switch over to Facebook.com/Antion if you'd like me to see your comments, and so because I miss them sometimes. Mary Lee wants to know, where can I learn more about what you said about blind dogs and essential oils? I don't know. This has been so long ago, Mary Lee. I think I just typed into Google how to care for a blind dog, and this was one of the tips that I had, and I used it. And it was just beautiful because I had a whole bunch of different essential oils. Put it on the baseboard so it's down near them, in different one in different rooms. But that's something you ought to push to pet owners if they have blind dogs. I mean, I know it's not that many of them, but certainly you should let them know about it. Yes, get that done to your hair. I don't even know how they did that. I don't have any gel on now, but oh man, it's like a mini mohawk. Is that cool? Peggy, how are ya? Quebec, don't smack me. Remember, I tried to say merci beaucoup, and I said merci beaucoup. So I got slapped for that. Yay, Peggy. So anyway, back to what's going on today. We got lots of stuff coming up. The weight loss announcement. All right, last week was 83 pounds since I started reporting. Actually, I started reporting at 44 pounds down, and that was 28 weeks ago. Today is 84 pounds down. That's 40 pounds since I started telling you all about it. In total of 84, I'm heading towards 90. You won't even be able to see me. You'll need a magnifying glass to see me on this show every Sunday. So 84 down. Yay, Tom. Hey, there's Alan. Survive and defend. We've got a lot of, there's some new stuff out there that you got to watch for, folks, when we get into this anti-scam tips. I don't know if they're locked up or what. Let me refresh here. So, but anyway, survive and defend. Sign up for all Alan's stuff. He's got great tips over there. Okay, let's see what we got. So that's the weight loss, and let's get into the mailbag. Robert wants to know, what size crate should I get for my puppy? Well, Robert, one thing about puppies, you don't want them to have too much space because they'll go to the edge of it and pee or poop. You want them to be really confined so that they don't want to pee or poop where they live. So, but you don't want to have to buy a crate every week as the dog gets bigger. So you can get crates, or you can do this yourself, is get a big crate that's going to suit the dog when the dog is full grown, and partition it down to a very small area for the dog when it's little. And then, of course, you have to be as good as the dog to take him right out to the door and praise him like crazy and do all the potty training stuff. But get the crate, buy one crate and then partition it either with cardboard or however you want. Some of them come with partitions, so you can do it. You can use theirs. But if not, you just put a piece of cardboard there. Something they can't get through or chew through. But you'll figure it out. Okay, Terrence wants to know, are you still promoting one-page websites? Well, Terrence, one-page websites are still just as good as ever. But here's the thing. You're never going to get a high ranking in Google, starting now. Now, I still get business off of one-page websites that I forgot about years ago because they've been around so long, they're trusted. But a new website that's only one page will never get a high ranking and never get any traffic. So you have to have another way to drive traffic. Paid traffic, or pay-per-click, Facebook traffic, Google traffic, paid traffic, YouTube paid traffic. You might have an online radio show or a big email list to drive traffic. So yes, one pages are fine, but you got to have a way to drive traffic. Or you have a bunch of affiliates, that's another way. Gloria wants to know, have you read the book Confessions of a Sociopath? Now, when I first got this, I'm wondering, well, what's Gloria saying about me? But actually, yes, I have, Gloria, because in my anti-scam work, most of the scammers are sociopaths. You all know some of the ones that I think are scum. I'm not actually mad at them because they're sick. They're actually sick in the head. Now, I'm not any kind of qualified to say that, but guess what? I can say it anyway as long as I don't say which fuckers are sick. But you know, if you've been around me long enough, you know who the people that I go after. Yeah, it's a cool book. I mean, a lot of people are sociopathic, and they tend to gravitate to this kind of business because they can get lots of people and scam a lot of people at once. So yeah, I read it. All right, let's get to the news. Now, there's an epidemic because the last 3 weeks in a row I've been reporting this kind of stuff. Another female teacher is screwing a underage kid. Can you believe this? This is an epidemic. And she says she's 54 years old. He's 17. She says he tricked her into having sex. Maybe he did after she had invited him and other people to parties at her house and gave them marijuana, booze and stuff. So her name is Therese Gunn, and she was South Gwinnett High School. And but she said, you know, that boy is like a used car salesman. You know, he tricked me. He tricked my 54-year-old pants right off of me. Let's see. Well, the PETA folks are up in arms a little bit because I don't know if I'm locking up. Let me know if I'm locking up out there, folks, because my own computer's locking up. Hey, Frank Candy says, well done, Tom. I went from 240 to 178. Hey, that's pretty awesome. Alan says, surviving floods was the lead article in today's Sunday Safety and Self-Defense newsletter. That's good because I'm going to be talking about liquids myself, smaller quantities. Thanks, Frank. There we go. So anyway, the PETA people are mad because farmers are cutting visible windows into cows' stomachs to look and watch to see what they actually have eaten. All right, I'm not kidding about this either. So they're cutting windows into the sides of cows. So whole different meaning to window shopping, I guess. Now, if you're ever at an ATM machine and you get papers coming out that says, save me, it might not be a prank. An ATM repairman locked himself accidentally in the door behind the ATM where the ATM machine is serviced. And everybody left. He locked himself in, and he had left his cell phone and his keys in his truck. So he started sticking notes out, help me. And everybody thought it was a prank, you know, so nobody helped him. A couple days later, somebody finally called 911 because they heard noises coming out of the ATM machine. So I think he's the only man in history to get stuck in an ATM machine. However, there have been dumb criminals who tried to jerk ATM machines out with their truck, and it ripped the bumper off, which included their license plate, and they took off, and their bumper was still there with the license. Let's see. Let's see what's going on next. Oh, now this is something. This is crazy. I just happened to. This is true. A tourist got killed in St. Martin, and I was right on the beach where they got killed. Not at the same time, but there's a beach right underneath where the planes are like you could reach up and touch them because it's such a tiny little runway and island. And so the jet blast, I don't know if it had to be a takeoff because I wouldn't think a reduced power landing unless the guy was going to go around, because sometimes they do what's called a go around. That runway is so tiny, if they get off a little bit, they'll run off the other end. So they hit full power and go around, and that could have knocked somebody off the beach and killed them. So that did happen. Now, Chicago is having trouble because somebody's giving away free heroin samples, and it's killing people. So if you are in Chicago, it's bad enough to get in shot where, you know, all the murders happen, but don't take any free samples of heroin because it's probably going to kill you. Another thing that really happened in Florida, a troop of monkeys took over a park in Florida. Now, I don't know. This is real. These are rhesus monkeys, and they I guess when there's a couple of them and they're off by themselves, they're cute. But when they take over, it's like MS-13 gang deciding to take over a neighborhood. They took over, reproduced like crazy, and nobody could go there at the park anymore because it was like Planet of the Apes. I don't know what they're going to do about that. Now, this Qantas passenger had a buddy that worked at the airport, so they decided they're going to play a joke on the person behind the counter. So the guy, all he checked for his luggage was a can of beer, one can of beer, not a 6-pack, one can. He checked it to his destination. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? Okay, I guess it's locking for me, but not for everybody else. So at the other end, they had a can of beer with one of those tapes wrapped around it, and he picked it up at the baggage claim. Well, it was more than 3 ounces, so he couldn't carry on, I guess. Let's see. Well, here's another thing. Talking about, this never happens to me when I'm flying. This never happens to me ever. Okay. Back to the epidemic I was telling you about. Well, apparently, no, and this lady is quite half the age and awesome looking, cute as a button. Heidi McKinney, 27 years old, of suburban Portland, was arrested May 8, 2016. I wasn't flying that day. After an Alaska Airlines flight from to Las Vegas, landed at Portland International. The victim told authorities they had that Miss McKinney had groped them and wait a minute, here it is. Commercial flight. Yeah, she licked and groped the passenger next to her. Never happens to me. If it did happen, it'd be somebody bigger than me probably that did it. So Heidi, well, that's truly the friendly skies there, and that's not even United. That's Alaska. She got arrested for it. Well, Heidi, that's too bad. All right, let's go to the scam bag. Well, in the scam bag tonight, we're talking about scholarships. There's a lot of companies out there that will guarantee they'll get you a scholarship or financial aid. So you really have to check it out thoroughly if you got kids or nephews, nieces, grandchildren going to college, because it's really, really bad. You know, they know people want money for college and so forth, so they're easy marks. So watch out for financial aid scams. Check it out. Check out people you know that have done it for real. Check complaints with the Better Business Bureau. Check with the Federal Trade Commission. Check. But I will tell you, chances are it's fraudulent. So just start out thinking that way. All right, your self-defense tip. This is something, let's see. Alan says, I know some that are sick, and I'm no doctor either, but they are sick, and it is obvious when you pay attention. Oh, the sociopaths. Yeah, because there's a delay here on stuff. Barbara Ann says, I had a Great Dane in a crate too big. Yeah, not good. Oh, boy, because Great Danes can turn out some stuff. Tom is the dog expert. No, not true, but I learned a lot in the couple years I've been, working with the protection dogs. Awesomeness, 84 pounds. Yay, Barbara. I'm going to get in your superhero costume. Oh, I got to watch how I say that. Because she's got this awesome superhero costume. And okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Don't have your husband beat me up, Barbara. To get in her costume. Yeah. Let's see. So let's see what we got. Oh, so self-defense tip. Now, as far as I know, this isn't real prevalent in the United States yet, but it's happening, I think, all over Europe, especially London. Young people are carrying acid as their tool to, as their weapon of choice. They're carrying it in plain old water bottles, squirting it in your face, burning the shit out of people. So it's I'm thinking, how do you protect against that? Well, all this awareness that Alan and I have been teaching, you got to put it through the roof, folks, if you want to stay safe in this world. You keep saying, oh, it won't happen to me. Yeah, well, bullshit. It happened to these people that got their face burned off with acid. And they didn't expect it. Some of it was random. Some of it was protesting and, stuff like that. So your awareness has to be super high. You got to watch people's hands. Now, if they have what appears to be a metal, drink bottle, okay, it's not going to squirt, all right? They'd have to get very close to you and pour it on you, all right? But if it's a plastic thing, all they do is squeeze it and can squirt at 10, 20 feet. So you got to get handy with it, it's a kind of a... we do this thing called a supported elbow frame to protect your head. It's like this. But in this case, they're not hitting you. You got to get the stuff out of your eyes. So I'd say, come across with either one and get your elbow right in front of your nose. And I mean, even with my glasses on, I would force it and break my own glasses to keep the liquid from getting in my eyes and blinding me. All right, nobody will notice if, my face gets burned off or something, but if it gets in my eyes, now I'm blind. All right, so you got to super vigilant on your awareness, watch people's hands. They're not going to pick it up with their foot. There's only one guy I know in this world that could do that, and probably he's not going to. So they have to do it with their hands. So you watch people's hands. Always watch people's hands, but now pay particular attention if they're carrying a bottle in their hand. Okay. All right, that's our self-defense tip. Internet tip. This is just to increase your speed. Not you working faster personally, but your computer having faster internet. So most of the time, until I got this super duper thing that's sitting right next to me, and the only reason I got it was because of to do this Switch or Go program. But don't depend on Wi-Fi in your house if you really need to work fast and do things. You're going to have a router. Get on eBay and get a cheap Cat 5 cable and plug it in, hardwire yourself, and you'll get faster speed. That's going to be the fastest there is. As fast as you can get from your system is going to be hardwired, not Wi-Fi. So I did that for years until just maybe a month ago when I started using this thing, and I had my this router right next to me upgraded, special whoop-de-doo to handle Switch or Go. So that's your internet tip. Speaking tip, there's a term that I coined. I know I coined this because it's never been in a book anywhere. It's never been hundreds of books that I've read, and all these years I've studied, never heard this term. I coined it, and that's called memorable spectacles. There's another one I coined that I can't think of right now, but but well, maybe next week I'll tell you. This is where you do something on stage that's so memorable that people can't help but remember you and remember what happened. So, and some examples are crime scene tape. I get a whole bunch of people on stage. I put yellow crime scene tape around them. I give them scripts and hold the microphone and have them say stuff, and then I have the audience yell out, "That's a crime!" And you know, it's just a crazy big spectacle, but it's all based on my material to get my point across. But nobody ever forgets it. If you saw me do that once, you will never forget it. And I get people asking me all the time, "Hey, you going to do the crime scene this time? I want to be in it." You know? And when they see the way I'm dressed, they thought I was in a crime scene. All right. But, so that's one. Dueling flip charts. That's where you have two flip charts on either side of the stage. You in the middle. You get helpers from the audience to write on one thing and the other. And, you know, if you have a yin-yang kind of thing, or a good customer service, bad customer service, or whatever you happen to do, it's a big spectacle again. Air-filled balloons. Don't use helium. Use air-filled, and people jump on them, and it sounds like fireworks going off, and they're easy to clean up. Glow stars. These are chemical things where you know, go like this, and they break and they glow, and then you do a room blackout. And just be careful, don't throw them in the crowd, because I almost lost my career over that, because somebody got some helpers threw a bunch in the crowd and hit somebody in the eye. So that really was bad. But anyway, that's called a memorable spectacle. So what can you do that will be really, really memorable, but it still has to get your point across. You don't just do it gratuitously, you do it to make a point. Okay, now my section A-holes of the week is also, I always abbreviate it because it's usually an A-hole, but I also have morons of the week, A-hole or moron of the week. So, and this one is a sad case. I don't know the kid's name. I don't want to know. They didn't put it in the news, probably because his family's so embarrassed that they're all such idiots. But this kid died using a cell phone, charging his cell phone in the bathtub. I mean, come on, folks. I mean, you can't get much dumber than that, all right? It's just unbelievable to me that the parents would, if they knew about it, would put up with that or allow that to happen. And a teenager by that time has gotten shocked before and understands you can get electrocuted, or maybe not. Maybe they're just so fucking stupid nowadays they don't know. But there's a dead child there because of charging his damn cell phone in the bathtub. All right. So let's go to our everyday heroes. Frank says, yeah, it's sulfuric acid from car batteries, which they're starting to regulate and check closer when people buy that stuff. But all you have to do is buy an old, that type of car battery and pour it out. He says it's been in India for over 10 years. Yep, and it's hit Europe. That's okay. Caught up on those comments. But our everyday hero, a young girl named Samantha Stricker. She's 11 years old, and she's from Saginaw Township in Michigan. And for the third year in a row, she is running a lemonade stand and giving the money to veterans. What a sweet girl. She raised $250 last year, and her goal this year is $500. And so, wonderful thing that she's doing. Her mother, Kelly, told WSGW Radio that even though she helped her daughter make the lemonade and the stand, the event was all Samantha's idea. Well, good for her, Samantha. You got a good start in life, a good heart, and you're helping a lot of people. So good for her, Samantha Stricker. All right, well, that's our little show for tonight. We made it through another one. Give you the weight report next year or next week, And what else is going on? I'm still working on my super trailer. And, oh, it's my birthday month. So we have lots of sales going on. So you can still, I haven't turned it off yet, the super bundle from the day before yesterday. And then we're coming out with a whole audio file sale, an e-course sale. And on the day of my birthday, I think I'm going to discount my mentor program, which I never do. But it has to be on the day of my birthday. So if you ever thought about joining, think, this is the time. Or if you want to, if you were in it before and you think I'm going to renew, this is the time to do it. The July 27th would be the day. So anyway, stay safe, stay home, and make some money. Yay! See you later.